Good morning, good morning. God bless y'all. Good morning. Here it is Thursday. It's still hot down here in the South, down here in Louisiana. My name is Mike D, aka DDE80, aka Mr. Hennessy, aka Mike Hennessy. Either name you want to call me. Shout out to Point Place, the label, as well as the company. Shout out to B.Ray. Shout out to everybody on the point. I'm here to talk about 2 points. The first point is about a wrestler by the name called Sting. The second one is about Otani's injury and Aaron Judge hitting 3 home runs in a game yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about that man called Sting. Sting's been in the business for over 40 years, if I'm not mistaken. Sting started out with the Ultimate Warrior, bless his soul right now, who passed. I remember watching Sting as well in WCW NWA. He was the NWA World Champion. He beat Ric Flair to win his first world title. Sting has won every belt there is in WCW. Even when Sting became not the crew cut Sting anymore, but he became the dark side of Sting, the Black Sting. We called him the Black Scorpion type Sting, where he got that from the Crow. That was the best persona of Sting I ever saw. No disrespect to the NWO Red and Black Sting. The Joker Sting is funny, but now you got the icon Sting. Sting has been a champion everywhere except for 2 spots. The WWE and AEW. And in AEW, Sting has not lost a match because Sting does not wrestle one-on-one matches. Sting wrestles tag matches. I like how Tony Khan has Sting being used in AEW. He knows that Sting can't take being in these big long matches like that. That's why they only have him wrestling tag matches. I think if Sting was in a regular match, he probably could do it, but that's not what they want Sting for. Sting has not lost in AEW. And the reason why I'm talking about the man called Sting is because last night I saw he still is active in the business. I don't know when Sting's going to retire, but that's going to be a day that people are going to miss him in the business. Ric Flair, in my book, is the greatest wrestler of all time. But Sting has had a fixture in the business. Reason why I like Sting, because what he's doing is he's giving back to the business, but he's not taking the hits for it. Now, when he was in that tag match with Jericho, against Jericho and Sammy, him and Darby, I'm trying to figure out why Sting, diving through a table or whatever. Sting does come off the top rope and splash and does cross bodies and all that there. Sting is what it is. The Joker Sting was one of my favorite in TNA. But I like Sting because Sting's not getting in the ring on a weekly basis. AEW is using him just the right way. There are some matches I would love to see Sting have before Sting retires. I would love to see him and Chris Jericho go one-on-one. I would love to see him go up against Adam Cole. I would love to see him and Kenny Omega go at it. Those would be some dream matches that you can probably play on the AEW Fight Forever game. And I'm not going to talk about the game because the game is just another new updated version of No Mercy. That's all it is. They have all of the attributes, the traits, straight from the WWF No Mercy game from 2000. But that's here or there. We're not going to talk about that. But I am proud of Sting. He's going to be sorely missed when he does retire. I'm glad that Sting is still giving to the business. But like I said, when he does decide to retire, he's going to be sorely missed. And I will say this, I have nothing but respect for the man called Sting. And this is another reason why I have respect for him. Because he gave his life to Jesus. And for that, he's okay in my book. He is okay in my book. I don't have nothing bad to say about Sting. I'm not telling people that Sting needs to go away because Sting doesn't. Sting is allowed to take off time to heal his injuries or heal his bruises or whatever he has to come back to the wrestling business. You know. And I will get on Edge, the situation about Edge and a contract, WWE contract, why I think he's going to AEW. I'll talk about that in another podcast. But now let's talk about Otani and Judge. You know, these two are kind of hand in hand because they know how to knock the ball out the park with home runs. Otani is a double threat because he knows how to pitch and he knows how to hit the ball. Well, they say he tore his elbow yesterday in the game that they had against the Cincinnati Reds, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. If he makes it to the playoffs, then he probably will be back batting if the Angels get there. My thing is this. The off season is going to be very important because they did not trade Otani at the deadline. Do you think that the Angels are going to trade him before the season starts? I don't know that question. Somebody asked me that. I don't know that question. And I'll tell you why I don't know that question. Because I think that he is valuable right there with the Angels. I don't think he needs to go anywhere else. There is a talk that he could be playing for the Astros or the Yankees. He goes to the Astros, Atula will probably be gone. You know what I'm saying? The guy Kyle that's hitting the balls, hitting home runs, he's possibly going to be gone. But I forgot that baseball doesn't have a salary cap. So they don't have to worry about matching up players. They can just put them there. Just like when you turn the salary cap off on the NBA games. You can put whoever you want on your team. A list of stars. But if I'm the Angels, that man is the value right now. He's the franchise of your team. There is no way I would trade him. I would keep him. I would sign him. He's bringing business to the Angels. No disrespect to any other the other baseball players on the team. No disrespect to Mike Trout, because Mike Trout is one of the best. But Otani is a generational talent. He's like Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. He's like Acuna Jr. for the Braves. He's like Tillis. He's like all these boys, the Contreras brothers. They are Soto. They are once in a lifetime talent, generational talented guys. They don't come a dime a dozen. Pete Alonso is a dime a dozen. The Mets are falling, but he's a dime a dozen. And to say with Otani is a two type player, baseball player. He's a two-positional player. He's a hitter and a pitcher. He pitches and hits. He knocks out home runs and he strikes people out. That is a double threat to anybody. There's going to have to be a big, big market to try to get this guy. But if I'm the Angels, I do what I can to keep him in Los Angeles. On to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has had a season where he's been hurt a lot. When he came back, he was coming off a little rusty. But Aaron Judge last night hit 3 home runs in a game. 3 home runs? Some people can't even get a base hit in a game. And Aaron Judge did it. Aaron Judge is the Yankees franchise player. He's like A-Rod and Derek Jeter. Because those are the only 2 guys that comes to my name about the Yankees. And no disrespect to any of the other Yankees from the past. But Derek Jeter was, in my book, the greatest Yankee of all time. Aaron Judge is second. Because this guy can knock the ball out when he's healthy and when he's on. A-Rod is third. The only reason why I got A-Rod third is because of the simple fact of what he did to get there. And what he was doing. But Derek Jeter and Aaron Judge, those are the 2 right now. Derek Jeter has done his time with the Yankees. Aaron Judge is doing his time with the Yankees. That's why they haven't gotten rid of him yet. That's why they haven't let him go. That's why they haven't traded him. Because they see something in him. The only problem is can he get them to a World Series? That is the question of the Yankees. The Yankees are like the Celtics and the Lakers of the NBA, or the 76ers of the NBA. They are expecting you to win a championship, to get to a championship game. I don't know if the Yankees are going to do it this year. But if I am the organization of the New York Yankees, who just lost 9 straight games, if I'm not mistaken. They were on a losing streak until yesterday. Until Aaron Judge saved the day. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you this, and I tell you this one time. The New York Yankees are always expected to get to a World Series. Just like the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA, just like the Boston Celtics in the NBA, because they're dynasties. The Yankees are a dynasty. The Houston Astros now are a dynasty because you're expecting them to go to the World Series at least every other year. And that's what they've been doing. They've lost, they've won, they've lost. They've won. And shout out to Dusty Baker for keeping these guys in the hunt for a shot at another World Series because they're the defending champions. I like my Braves. My Braves are always going to be in the hunt. My Braves have a powerhouse team that can get base hits and home runs out of the you-know-what. Acuna Jr., Osuna, Austin Riley, all these guys. They know how to get the job done in Atlanta. Can they get it together when it counts? And that's the same thing I'm saying about Aaron Judge and the Yankees. I appreciate what Aaron Judge did yesterday. 3 home runs in one game. But the Yankees have been on a losing streak, and they needed that. If he can catch fire like that in the postseason, if they get to the postseason, then the Yankees will be one of the teams I consider could be in the World Series, as well as the Dodgers. I'm not disowning what Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and Muncy and all those boys are doing over there. They're doing the same thing. They're knocking the balls out when they get the chance. You know, and shout out to Trace Thompson. I didn't see him play this season. They say he was on the injured list. So I'm hoping that he gets better so he can come back out there and help. And if for those you don't know who Trace Thompson is, that's the brother of Klay Thompson from the Golden State Warriors. So his dad, Michael Thompson, who used to play with Magic and the Lakers, won championships. He has a family of champions because his sons have won championships. Not only Klay, but also Trace. Because the Dodgers have won a World Series. But Ohtani, from the Angels, keep him. Try to keep him there. Aaron Judge, great job yesterday. But is it enough to get you guys over the hump? That's all I'm saying. I would love to see the Braves go back to the World Series and play either the Astros or something. I would love to see that again. I would love to see the Braves there. I would love to see Aaron Judge try to get him a World Series, because that's the only thing that is getting in his way. Mookie's already got that. You know, Ohtani, another guy. Can the Angels keep him, or do they want to keep him? That's the question I'm asking. Ladies and gentlemen, this was part 1 of the podcast. PPC, baby. Much love. Be back with you guys shortly.